Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? We're back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream, and as you can tell from the title, Binance once again are up to their usual antics. They are teasing the Casper community. There have been 3 posts within the span of 3 to 4 hours, borderline back to back, all of which they're talking about numerous crypto projects, but more than not, well, the common denominator out of all of these projects is Casper is always amongst them. So, not to mention also that Binance also had made an announcement themselves about implementing some form of voting system to get projects listed, which, if this is the case and this is true, then Casper's time may be nearly upon us, because as we can evidently see, as I'm going to show you in this stream, Casper's support and willingness to be on Binance is much higher than any other project in this space. The community is the strongest, arguably, in the space as well. We've got a lot more to cover in this stream as well, though, regarding, price, the ultimate, the usual, don't be emotional but logical, the whole market sentiment and stuff like that as well. And of course, as always, if you enjoy these daily crypto and Casper lives, bringing you the fun, bringing you some clarity in these times, then leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Welcome back, everyone. Devious Middleman, having a great weekend, hopefully. Welcome back, man. And you too, Russell. Hope you're all having a very, very good day as well. And Andy, I'm thinking of buying 14,500 more Casper. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, do as you will, but I think Casper is at a very strong price personally right now. I unfortunately don't have any more dry powder myself to scoop up anymore, but I would if I could at this level right now. Could Casper come lower? Yes. Be very transparent about it. That gets definitely a possibility that Casper comes lower in these current price targets right now. If you look at the daily right now, Casper's currently around 7 cents, up 0.3% on the daily time frame. Everyone right now is calling for 5 cents. And there's 2 ways to think about this. One is, if everyone's calling for 5 cents, it won't happen, because everyone's so adamant going to come down to 5 cents that it won't go down that far. Alternatively, everyone's right. Again, that's the whole price. No one can determine an issue with one controlling the price. No one can truly determine the thing. That's how this market works. That's how it always works. But Casper could come down further. Ultimately, it does depend on Bitcoin, though, because what I have seen from the charts, what the charts tell me, and equally, to give a little bit of a snippet of what our experienced traders see crypto highlighted in our executive community earlier today in our roundtable, when you're seeing high volumes like this, despite this being a red day in this one in particular here, but you're seeing this massive wick here, that means there's still a lot of buy volume for Casper. So in these days right now, despite the negative, apart from yesterday was just a generally bad day. There's no buyers yesterday, but otherwise you can still see there are buyers for Casper right now. Casper still has buyers. People are still bullish on the project, and that's proven also in the holders. 512,000 addresses. You're seeing it gradually but slowly but surely increase. The reason the price is going down is because those have more capital, those who are doing OTC trading, they're the ones suppressing the price. We know that much already. Casper could down further, definitely, but for what is coming out, the fundamentals for Casper haven't changed. They've got better, if anything, more coming out. So once the market recovers, Casper, I think, is going to shock a lot of people. But of course, I'm sure we'll get some more FUD in this stream, as we tend to do nowadays. Welcome back to you too. So I don't think it's a good timing for Casper to be listed on Binance. We need a big crypto rally before we get a listing. I mean, these leaks, if you will, or these posts from Binance related accounts, they're ultimately trying to get community sentiment and engagement. I don't think that Binance will be listing Casper in this current market condition either. I think it'll take some time. I think we need to see the market recover more. And right now, it's anybody's guess when that'll happen. But once it recovers, I think that's when Casper will start going through a parabolic rally with 10 BPS, followed by stablecoins, followed by smart contracts, followed by listings, followed by DAG Night, followed by this third narrative that some police are working on for smart contracts as well. There's so much to come out for Casper. I'm here. What's up, Kryptoni? Just forgot to comment. Well, good to have you back, my man. I'm about to buy $5,000 worth of Casper if you go under 6 cents. I mean, I am gonna honestly probably sell my other positions, or some of them, if Casper does go below 6 cents, because for me that would be absolutely nuts if it did go down that far. Because I think that's, again, an amazing opportunity, personally. But before I get to some more questions, anyway, let's get into the content for today's stream today. So, as I highlighted in my stream yesterday, and as I highlighted to the executives who are part of my paid community, which you go check it out, links in the description chat, also on my homepage. We've got this post here that I highlighted yesterday talking about the fact that Casper has already had a very insane week. We have seen the 10 BPS crescendo on the testnet 10, which is a big deal. We also had Casper confirming, or Johnny confirming, that Casper on early talks with USDT Tether about stablecoin on Casper, which is very, very big news. And those who were, again, listening in and tuning into the roundtable earlier would have heard the significant articles that the institution were talking about, the institutional articles where they are confirming their stance right now on stablecoins in this current market, which is why this Tether post is even more bullish for Casper, of course, with Tether being the biggest stablecoin issuer. And then, of course, they also won the Best Blockchain Innovation Award for Casper as well at the Crypto Expo EU event as well, which is a very big deal. Ultimately, Casper had a very, very good week, but unfortunately, people have stated otherwise because the market is terrible and the price for Casper has not really rallied as a result. People are so hung up on the idea that, good news always drives markets, and it does, but it's not as strict as that. Having Casper winning the Best Blockchain Innovation Award when Casper was, down here, would have done very well for it. It's got a little bit of a rally, sure. When Casper's sitting at above on average right now around a $2 billion market cap, when the market is also not in a position of buying right now, most of the time it's just selling or just holding or just chopping, that sort of news is not going to do anything for it. The only thing that was going to cause Casper to pump at this current moment in time would be listings. The smart contract would be great. The DAG would be great. The stablecoins would be great. And 10 BPS would also be fantastic. But I'm talking about in this current market today, I don't think any of those developments would significantly affect Casper's price because they're all building blocks for adoption to come to Casper, which that takes time to grow up. It's a snowball effect. The only thing that will cause immediate short-term price action for Casper is a big listing, like Binance, like Coinbase, like OKX. Now, in saying that, will those catalysts of smart contracts, 10 BPS, and stablecoins cause Casper to pump in price? Potentially, because when the developments come out, the market may be in a better position by then. So it could cause a price pump. Not a god count necessarily, but a price pump nonetheless. So it's had a very, very good week for Casper, and again, in regard to the adoption, people are under the impression repeatedly now that Casper's cycle's done for, it's not going to happen until next cycle, the adoption's not going to come in time. And to that regard, there's some agreement to that, but in my belief personally, I also think there's a lot of misunderstood elements as well, which is again partly because of the information and research that I've done. But for example, we have this post that happened recently. Next Block Expo, an event happening, a blockchain festival event in Europe on the 19th and 20th of March, which is just 2 weeks away from now, or a little under that right now, 12 days away, where Maya Bromska, the ambassador at Casper, will be in attendance. Why is she very important? She's an ambassador for Casper, so what? Well, she's a real estate entrepreneur. She specializes in off-market transactions, working closely with developers and investors to acquire high-value land. She actively explores real-world asset tokenization, recognizing its potential to revolutionize real estate investments by increasing market efficiency and expanding access to new investors. She is a Casper ambassador who is very well attuned to the real estate market, one of the biggest markets in the world, and also markets going to be tokenized starting this cycle and cycles to follow as well, in years to follow as well. Tokenization of everything, or at least stocks, bonds, and real estate, that starts this cycle. The KRI, they are also introducing projects to tokenize real estate. I'm pretty sure Asset Mint is a tokenization of real estate. So this is a very big deal that we have a Casper ambassador at such a big event who is very well attuned to one of the biggest markets in the world. That's going to be a massive benefit for Casper in adoption. And the global liquidity, and this is the whole point, the goal of global adoption for a decentralized project like Casper is best achieved through educating, equipping, and releasing the community to share Casper in their regions and languages. It's about just saying, she's not being paid to do this. She's an ambassador. She just loves Casper. So she's going there out of her own good nature to go speak on behalf of Casper as well, but also about her agendas. Ambassadors continue to grow and take on these outreach opportunities. This is what a community incentive project like Casper does for people. Get the adoption going up more and more. There is a common misconception though, which is a good and bad thing. We're seeing the adoption of Casper grow slowly, but ever so much more right now in regards to them winning the blockchain awards. It's a big deal. We also saw the likes of BSC News cover a $1.2 million X account, covering an article talking about easily one of the hottest layer ones right now is Casper. The problem though is a lot of the problem is there's still a lot of misconception about Casper. We saw recently some other account made a post about how all these tokens have their token unlocks and Casper's on that list, to which the KF responded saying that's incorrect, and it deleted that post. And now Saint here has highlighted that TradingView equally has a post on TradingView. That's what I use normally when I showcase Casper here. TradingView has a post as well that also states that Casper will be having an $153.24 million token unlock on April 7th, which is factually incorrect. It's not the case. Casper does not have a token unlock. It's a fair launch proof of work. It's not what it is. The problem is, and that's because a lot of people, they view, for the most part, they view Bitcoin as Bitcoin, stablecoins as stablecoins, and then everything else is just crypto with proof of stakes. That's generally how everyone tends to view crypto. It's the ignorance, and that's not used in a negative highlight. It's just they're not sure, they don't know, they haven't done the research properly. So therefore they're ignorant. Point being is though, with the adoption growing more and more, this news is frustrating when you understand what it is Casper is, but also this is a sign that we educate them. And soon enough, people will understand and realize, oh wait, no, Casper's just Bitcoin, just another version of Bitcoin. It's an actual, medium of exchange, peer-to-peer electronic currency, actual scalable version of Bitcoin. It doesn't have token unlocks. You just have more you can mine, or the emission rates, the cuts every month, and the yearly halvings. So Casper had a very good week, and it's going to get better. We've got a lot of big stuff coming through. Again, we're going to have Maya here, who's going to be at the event, which is next week. I believe it's 19th or 20th of March, I believe, is a Wednesday and Thursday. So she's going to be attending at this event Wednesday, Thursday. So that's 2 weeks' time. Then you have the fact that you're going to be seeing the 10 BPS crescendo element, which we've got a post here, one of them. The timeline for the Casper mainnet hard fork here. The mainnet node version release with the transition logic will be published about end of March, early April. So again, that's about 2-3 weeks from now. And hard fork will activate in mainnet end of April, early May to give node operators ample time to update their node. That is exactly what I've been talking about. Somebody asked me in my last stream, can we see the hard fork come quicker? The answer to that is yes. But I also stated it's unlikely because one, Casper proven time and time again to do their due diligence and take a lot of time doing stuff, which people find frustrating. I personally haven't got a problem with that. I prefer them doing it this way. But it's also to give the node operators, and the node operators come down to the exchanges who hold Casper, the liquidity pools who are using Casper for this, the miners, all these people that need to be given ample of time and warning effectively to update their node. Otherwise, they'll be stuck on Golang and not be able to utilize Casper. Because once this Rust fork, hard fork goes through, Golang becomes obsolete. Null, mute, dead. It's now Rust. So it's a matter of just giving the node operators time to transition themselves. Which is, this is the way a hard fork should be done. It should be done this way. That way you're alleviating any potential risk of, hacks or issues, because a lot of the time, think about again, when Chaos 20 launched or relaunched, Casper, bless them, they had a massive issue. I can't even remember entirely what the issue was, but I know it caused a lot of FUD around them, and it caused a lot of people to say, "Oh, the Chaos 20 relaunch was a failure." No, Casper, the third party, wasn't updated properly, and therefore they went down and they struggled. So everyone who's using Casper, they were, caught at risk from it. Giving people ample time is a warning to our community members, but also to the knowledge projects to let them change in time as well. A lot of big things going to happen around this time. So again, big things coming out already this week, more to be coming out seemingly every single month from now, every single few weeks from now. And then we have these little gems coming out right now. BSC Gems Alert is a sort of Binance related account that talks about it here. You've seen 3 posts. 3 posts here. All covering Casper. What coin do you want to see listed first on Binance? Casper's there. Are you bullish on Casper? Just a straight up Casper comment. And then Casper or ICE or Core or Vine. Which of course, I mean, I'm part of the community. I did my vote. It's a landslide. It's not even close. It's almost insulting. Again, it doesn't bother me either way. It's quite clear cut, which is the best product out of all these ones anyways. The Casper's dominating them. It's not even close. ICE and One and Next closely at 11% to a 70.8%. So this BSC Gems Alert account, sort of Binance, or it's not Binance's account, but it's a Binance associated account, has made 3 posts in the span of 3-4 hours, all covering Casper in that list, which of course Casper, I believe personally it's engagement farming. But then you have this post here from Binance itself. Binance is enhancing its listing mechanism to introduce its new community co-governance mechanism for listings. The vote to list and vote to delist mechanism will enable greater community participation and give users a strong voice in the listing process. This could be huge for Casper, because we've been asking since, as Wolfie has confirmed, integration with Binance and Casper has happened and been done since 2 Christmases ago, since 2023, December, the very earliest. Binance and Casper integration has been done since 2023, November, December time, since 2 Christmases ago, for almost 2 years, or year and a half. We've been waiting for a long time. We've had perks, we've had the mining pools, we had the incentive for the mining pools, we've had posts that seem to leak about Casper as well. And as Casper Guru highlights here, if Binance adds a voting mechanism for listing assets, Casper will be the first coin added. Every time you see a post, and again, agreeably, it is partly due to my algorithm that is also a Casper algorithm nature, but I've also tested the theory out and gone on my other accounts, my personal accounts that have no relation to crypto at all, and just gone through this post, and even then it's still flooded with just predominantly Casper. It's quite evident that the strongest community, at least that wants to get on Binance right now, is Casper's. So by Binance doing this, by Binance enhancing its mechanism, now when it comes through, I'm not entirely sure, but with them doing this, this could potentially fast track getting Casper listed on Binance, because that's what community sentiment, if they can get community sentiment showing that everyone's bullish on this listing, that could be the catalyst they want to get Casper on their platform. Now, I did see a post talking about the fact that apparently you need to have BNB to vote. I think it was like minimum 0.01 BNB to vote, which is only like $6. So, the payoff of paying $6 to show your belief in Casper and hopefully get a fast track listing on Binance finally, again, it's up to you if you want to do that or not, but I arguably would say it's a no-brainer. So that is, again, huge to see nonetheless that, again, the standard saying, as always, don't be emotional, be logical. You know the saying, you know how we go. We have seen so much Casper, Binance news that it's I'll be honest, I'm kind of almost numb to the point. I say that in the sense of I'm not, I'm not unhappy with it. I'm relatively pleased about it. But I understand at this point, until we see Casper X USDT listing on Binance or whatever it may be, or just USD on Binance US, until we see that listing, this is still just FOMO. And as we've proven right now in the markets, FOMO is not going to drive markets. Not anymore. At least not in the grand state unless it's FOMO regarding the government itself. If Casper had a post, if Donald Trump made an announcement about Casper being part of the strategic reserve, that would pump Casper's price, most definitely. But otherwise, think about Sui, for example. Sui got confirmation that World Liberty, FI, which is Trump's, company, they're now partnering with Sui. As a result, therefore, Sui did pump, I think, about 10% on the daily at that time. It's come back down straight away already, because again, it's by the rumors of the news type thing. But that's what's going to pump markets right now. All this stuff is, fantastic for setting a great foundation for the future markets. But again, this all I care about for Casper right now. I don't care about the price of Casper. Well, I know some might disagree with me there and be a bit, like, why do you care about Casper's price? I say that in the sense of that Casper's price right now is terrible. It's understandable. It's frustrating. But you ought to understand, it's not just Casper. People are saying a lot, Casper's the only one doing bad. And I see red across the board, borderline. Casper's not the only one doing bad. It's just that we're in a Casper community, so we only tend to focus on Casper. All of them are doing bad right now. Bitcoin was at 108k 2 months ago. And now it's down to 86, which doesn't sound massive. It's like, it doesn't sound massive, like it's still 86k, but like, that's a 21% pullback. For Bitcoin, that's a lot. Obviously, Casper's down a lot more than that. But then, to make a comparison as well, you've got to think about Ethereum. If we're gonna say Casper's doing terrible, let's look back in history then. It's the best way to kind of build your conviction once more. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does tend to have similarities, it does tend to rhyme. Ethereum in 2017 versus Casper right now. These two charts here, this is Ethereum right here. In 2017, it saw a brutal correction, 72% in value. 72%. Ethereum corrected from this wick up here. And then it went on a volatile, explosive rally. Right now, Casper is currently down 67% or so. And the next key support level, if it does reach the 5 cent zone or just around that, is about 74%. So that's highlighting once more that there is definitely a possibility we come down lower. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We can't say for sure. It depends on Bitcoin. Inherently depends on Bitcoin. But make no mistake, the longer the prices stay down for Casper, the more the holders are going to get very, very frustrated. Getting just... I'm trying to think of the right words. They're going to get wear thin. And that is when they're like, I can't take this anymore. It just keeps going down, and it's either doing nothing or it's going down a little bit. It's just not moving. It's just so frustrating. Forgetting that we're currently in a bear trap. Forgetting that there are big whales that are manipulating the markets, over-the-counter trading that's not happening on the exchange, on the balance sheet. It's not showing up on the market. And then they're selling, and what do the big exchanges and whales do? They buy that dip. It's not me telling you not to sell. Again, if you feel the need that you need to sell, again, not financial advice, do as you will. Do what's best for you. Ultimately, you're your own investor, you're your own man or woman. Do what's best for you. But when you're looking at all these successful people in the world, what they did is they didn't sell. They researched. They found something that had really good fundamentals, that had a very bright future. And they held. Some even bought the dips. Casper has one of, if not the strongest fundamentals in this space. I would argue it is the strongest in this space. By a country mile, actually. 10 BPS makes it 10 BPS is an historical achievement. Making it the fastest proof of work by a landslide, and also letting it compete to the proof of stakes. Then you have stablecoins coming on Casper. Then you have smart contracts, to which it's also a post here as well. Ig Labs, one of the 4 initiatives bringing smart contracts to Casper, made a post about sequencing matters. What's a base rollup? This whole post here, the TLDR of it, which is summarized here from Casper Door, shout out to him. Simply put, look at today's layer 1s, Casper, XRP, Ethereum, Solana. Look at them as banks. They have your money, but they rely on third-party companies, layer 2s. XRP, Ethereum, Solana. They are layer 1s that rely on third-party layer 2s to process your payments. This is called centralized systems, but based rollup eliminates the need for third parties for sequencing. Doing this on layer 1, hence leading to trust and decentralization. And Casper, because it is scalable, that's the biggest problem. A lot of the other, like Ethereum was originally a proof of work, but it couldn't scale. So they decided to rely on third parties to, incorporate layer 2 operators to help process the payments to make it scalable. And even now it's still crap. Casper is proving one of the biggest fundamental issues in this space, proving it wrong, which is that proof of work can be scalable. And that's going to be such a massive testament to the space when people actually realize the significance of this. And it's going to come through again. The adoption will come through with these sort of events. Explaining what Casper is, the KRI are also going to be at attendance and speaking to the SEC, Crypto Task Force, explaining to them about Casper. They're also going to be talking to other industries and agencies and people about Casper and the projects they're building on top of it. So you have these initiatives, these entities who are still trying, to get the name of Casper out there. It's just so hell-bent and focused on price. I would personally just say, not recommend, not advise, just say, just go take a walk. in the, uncomedic sense. Just take a time off the market for a little bit. There's no harm in that. Right now, the market's not going anywhere. Quite evidently. A lot of big things are coming through. And we'll get into that as well in this stream. And even more, as Tony was a part of and even Joking was part of earlier in the executive roundtable, we heard a hell of a lot of more massive institutional insight and their sentiment on this market. The figures of how much adoption they see in crypto and equally in AI is insane. To which, if you want to check out that roundtable and even find the information that we're posting up later on, you can come join the community. You can join for free. Just to get a little bit of a sneak peek of what's in there. And if you think it's worth your while, then by all means come sign up. You get a 7-day free trial. We provide weekly live streams every Saturday. Trading information, to which chart flows. We introduce a new trader. We have 2 traders actually in the community. One's more of a long-term conservative one, which is C Crypto. The other one is more daily or, frequent. And he has been, popping off recently. He had a 200% gain, I think about 2-3 days ago, and has made another 2x today. So we're trying to provide a lot more in there. And it's right now with where the market is, we all understand the community that what really matters is research. It's understanding what you hold, is building that knowledge. When the markets are down, this is what institutions are doing. Institutions understand that when the market's down, they're buying the dips and researching. So what we're doing is providing their source of information. So again, if you want to find out more about that, come join the links and join it in the description. On the YouTube homepage right here and also in the chat. But we see how big fundamentals are going to be. The fact that fundamentals are so important, and we see what Casper building. We see this Binance post and we're very happy about it, of course. We understand that this could be very beneficial for Casper. Getting it a listing potentially fast-tracked. And I'm always going to cover Binance news because I know it's also what gets clicks. Shameless, I know, but I know what this community wants to see is a quick price bump for Casper, therefore they want to see a Binance listing. They know listings is the immediate catalyst for Casper. It's fair enough. It is. The thing that will pump Casper price the quickest is a listing, a tier 1 listing. Binance most likely, then probably Coinbase. They will come through in due time. But while this is great to see, and we can always cover it, I'm always going to be hell-bent and focusing strongly on the fundamentals of the crypto space, the macro, and also the Casper. Understand that this is great. But then when I see this, someone who's very well in tune to real estate, which is, I can't even put into words how massive that is, who's a Casper ambassador, talking at an event or attending an event, or is talking, yeah, speak at the event. That's huge, getting Casper's name out there. And this sort of FUD, all this misinformation will also decline and come back more and more, just fade away as Casper becomes more widely known, which will come through with adoption as well, which again is why this is so important. This is actually more important. Seems like just a press conference, but Casper winning the Blockchain Expo award of best crypto project, them having these speakers on Casper's behalf attending these big events, is what gets adoption out there. It's what gets Casper's name known to the spaces. The KII speaking to the SEC about Casper and their projects, and other agencies and institutions they already announced as well, is what gets Casper's name out there. Now, this is not going to necessarily cause an immediate price pump for Casper, but it will get its adoption out there. And that's why, when people are saying Casper's going to miss a cycle, I respectfully disagree. I think next cycle is going to be fantastic for Casper, no doubt about it. It would have had all the 10 BPS and smart contracts and Dagnite, and not to mention anything else they've built, launched for, 3-4 years. So yes, it will be insane. But this cycle is going to be absolutely nuts for Casper, in my personal belief. Not financial advice, of course. Because what we're seeing coming out of this cycle is groundbreaking, historical developments, and we understand they need adoption. But we are seeing proof that these conferences, these speakers, these events are happening right around us. That will give Casper the adoption, potentially fast-tracking it as well. I can borderline guarantee, this is my speculation though, that many institutions, Wall Street and even just smaller businesses, they are aware of Casper. And they even want to build on Casper. But they're waiting for a DeFi, they're waiting for a DEX, which only comes through after... Where's my post about smart contracts? Yeah, they only come through after smart contracts. And after, a DEX is built, which is happening through Igra Labs. There's going to be a test net for smart contracts, zero knowledge EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, from Igra Labs and seemingly also Casplex, coming out at the end of this month. So in 2 weeks, we're going to be seeing this event. Then likely 1 week after that, should everything go according to plan, we'll be seeing likely 2 test nets for smart contracts coming out on Casper, leading soon to be the full release around the time that 10 BPS hard fork happens, which is late April, early May. Again, Casper's correction is frustrating. If you care about the price, you want to do well, of course you should care about the price, but nothing just goes up. Nothing does. What we're seeing right now is a very, very... This is a true testament to your conviction if you've done your research. Because Ethereum, that corrected heavily, again, 72%, and look where it's at right now, number 2 crypto asset. ETFs, mass adoption, or coming through more so now. Casper is in its first cycle, and historically speaking, first cycle crypto projects always do fantastically well. Casper has already done fantastically well, doing this in the bear cycle. This was all FOMO. All up to here was FOMO driven. Then Chaos 20 came out, got a little bit of a revitalization in the price, seeing it plug up a little bit here again. Chaos 20, other news, Kraken launching, that sort of stuff, got it back up here again. But then we needed a fundamental. Then we needed something to give it adoption. So we needed a DEX, a DeFi. That's not come out yet. It's coming out this year, coming out in the next few months. But now, with the market being all rubbish, Bitcoin not really performing anything, and quite frankly, community also getting quite frustrated and tired because we've been hearing and hoping for the immediate catalyst, like the listings, coming through for months, if not even years. And then you've got the OTC, the market makers, the big exchanges who are suppressing the price to scoop up cheaper Casper, preparing for a big listing. If you look at the holders right now, these are still stacking. They're still stacking, consistently stacking Casper. Those who have been watching me since the beginning, or since August for a while now, you would have seen that at one point, the top 10 addresses alone, that's at 21%. I think that was around the time we started seeing, I think that was near the time of Casper's top. We saw this at 21%. This dropped down to 16 or 17, or 16 or 15 during my 7 months of streaming, pretty much every single day, by the way. Now it's almost at 19% again. So we're seeing the big wallets stack up again, yet the price is not moving. So that tells you that they're making you getting very hesitant, very emotional, making you sell, and they're buying that bag. 'Cause that's going up. So Binance, deemed to be the culprit for Wallet 4 here. Let's have a look at this wallet address, shall we? We don't know this is Binance's one, but we can speculate with, enough logic behind it to see that it will be Binance because it's a big exchange. This wallet has been stacking Casper since March. 2024 March. It bought 146 million Casper and then just a little bit of a call off about a month or a few weeks and then started accumulating ever so slightly bit by bit. Look at this gradient curve. Look how much more aggressively it's stacking it now. This call off period was in Christmas, the last 2 weeks of Christmas, of December, from the new year. Then it bought another, 40 million Casper here? And look how steep the gradient, it went from, quite, almost linear to almost vertical. It starts stacking it aggressively now. Almost like it's preparing for a listing. That's why speculators Binance. They've been able to accumulate so much. Almost an Aquaman. It's almost got 700 million. All I'm saying is Casper is, by all means struggling, but it is not dead. It is not dead. I've been in crypto for a while, and this is not a brag either. The reason why I'm doing this channel, the reason why I have my free community, and equally why I have my paid community, which is even more insightful, is because one thing that I struggled with so much in the last cycle was, knowing what I'm holding, but also research, because there's so much information out there. It's trying to dissect the noise from the useful. That's what this whole space is about, and it's so hard to do. Content creators out there will upload content frequently. Some of it's just noise. Some of it's actually very helpful. The whole point of what I do, which I enjoy doing, I love talking to you all every single day. I do what I do because I struggled so much in my first cycle. Saying that, I still actually came out positive, so I got quite fortunate, I guess. But I did struggle a lot trying to actually learn and determine. I made mistakes. I learned from those mistakes. And I also learned to find information, which actually, I remember Tony said earlier in our roundtable that he uses our weekly roundtables as a sort of weekly newspaper to find out the actual important institutional information, what they believe. And as we should know, this is an institutionally driven bull market. So what they believe is how the market's going to likely react. So again, on top of the free content that we also have a lot more insight. You can find out more here. So links to join again in my description, shout out to my homepage. But what I do here is try to provide more information and trying to get you to develop the thick skin that one needs as an investor. Again, I'm not advising you to do anything, but I want to help mold you to have thicker skin, to ignore the noise. To understand, people are saying repeatedly, every single stream they come in here saying, Casper's dumping, Casper's crap, Casper's bad, it's a dead project, leave it alone, it's going down to 5 cents. The final part, 5 cents Casper is possible. But all of those statements is an opinion that's been made out to be fact. And it can be disputed by quite easily just by showcasing all the developments coming through to Casper. If it was a dead project, you'd see nothing. Pyron being the Casper killer, quote unquote. Pyron's a dead project. This is Pyron. That's a dead project. This is Casper's chart. Is it bad right now? In the last, 6, 7, 8 months? Yes. Is it Pyron? No. Is Pyron still developing? I actually haven't got a clue, but I'd assume not. I think they capitulate completely. Casper have barely even started. You've got so much coming on. You heard Son Polinsky mention that you've got 3 projects or 3, protocols or, Casper incentive things coming out, being, more developments to Ghost DAG in regards to Rust, being DAG Knight, also being a third, which is smart contract architecture system. And then you of course got the stablecoins coming on Casper, and then you've got the layer 2s, the Igra Labs, the Casper EVMs, the Casplexes, and the Project Sparkles that are building on top of Casper as well. KRC20. Casper is not a dead chain. It's not a dead project. It's got building coming through. It's just too early. Right now. Will it miss the cycle? No. Not my belief, because again, from the sources I've seen from Casper, what they're building, from again looking at, to build my conviction more, so looking at historical data from other comparative projects, like Ethereum is the one you can compare to, because Ethereum was a proof of work back in the day. And in 2017, it saw a massive fall off before seeing an absurd rally. Casper, with what's coming out this year, also with institutional adoption coming through, and you're seeing these institutions taking the initiative to get Casper's name out there with the SEC at these events. They're winning the best blockchain award. The adoption is going to come through for Casper, the cycle, and it could definitely surpass everyone's expectations. I'm not saying it's going to definitely jump to $10. I don't think $10 is actually possible in the cycle personally, but not financial advice. I'm not going to say what price I think Casper's going to reach this cycle. I'm personally just going to say, because I want to try and stop doing the pricing, because again, I think everyone's so hell-bent to focus on price that it actually poisons your mind. If you're so hell-bent on thinking Casper's got to reach, $1, otherwise it's dead, it's done rubbish, it's such a, for me, very poisonous mindset. Because what Casper's actually building is so groundbreaking that it's just going to likely keep accumulating year on year on year. And this cycle, all information, again, that I provided so much more detail to this community here, showcases that this year, 2025, is the year everything changes for crypto. And of course, Casper is a part of that, releasing all their major developments in the parabolic cycle. Again, links are down below, you can check that out. There's so much more to come. Casper is not going to die. Not in my belief. Unless there's something that drastically happens, because anything's possible. We could find out something dangerous happening with the developers. Now, chances are very slim because open source, fair launch, and they are very transparent. But Casper is far from that right now. Casper is doing very, very well. Price-wise, no, but in developments-wise, yes, very, very well. And then when you see what's left to come out, the price is struggling because of tariffs predominantly and other macro factors. Market is struggling, definitely. You're seeing Binance again doing the whole leak rubbish. Casper's still building, which is fantastic. We'll see a lot more stuff coming out soon. I'm looking forward to seeing. Capital made a post about releasing some slides at the Crypto Expo event, EU, where it talked about the stablecoin stuff coming out in May, and the smart contract stuff coming out again end of this month. The testnet. So much more coming out. And then you've got that macro factors as well. The fact that these sort of developments aren't necessary for the market to do well, but it will be a massive boon. After the US jobs report yesterday, the market already started to price in more rate cuts. That's only community sentiment. It's not confirmation, but apparently there's a 52% chance in May and 86% chance in June. And truth be told, if you look back at the 2017 cycle, when Trump was in power the first time around, his first term, he didn't get rate cuts. So we don't need them. Crypto would be fantastic then. But of course it'd be very, very helpful. And with the tariffs coming through, all the uncertainty, and with the economy actually slowing down, which I think is also by design, as Trump so desperately wants, and I think he'll likely get, we will likely see rate cuts this year. Maybe in Q3. We'll have to wait and see, but I think rate cuts are very, very possible. And we're seeing, again, more frequent developments and bullish developments for crypto. The US regulator says banks can engage in crypto activities now. That is huge. Is that going to cause a price pump today? No. Because they haven't adopted it properly yet. They're now going to engage. They'll be given a green light. Doesn't mean they've gone from 0 to 100 straight away. It's not a Formula 1 race. It can be. It definitely can be. You can see, like I'm trying to think what game you could think of. Like Mario Kart. This space can very easily be, America in that regard, a 12th place in Mario Kart. They pick up a power and they get Bullet Bill. And now they're just jumping ahead. And the market just goes parabolic. It can very well be like that. But this space is right now slow. There's not enough developments here yet. And the Terra states here, as I reported yesterday, the rollback of Biden-era banking regulations that the crypto industry said enabled so-called Operation Choke Point 2.0 are one of the products that this White House Crypto Summit and something Trump referred to in his remarks just now. They are killing, strangling, squeezing, obliterating the old anti-crypto agenda. Every single time they meet, while deemed as mainly a nothing burger, it is still governments being at the face of crypto adoption. Right now, we are at the mercy of institutions. It is so tiring. But when you understand to ignore the noise, to build your thick skin, to put your head down, to see these sort of news and be like, oh, that's fantastic. It's only a matter of time. You know, it's great. It's great to hear this stuff. This is the bigger one here. They're going to introduce a voting mechanism. That is big, because that could likely fast track Casper's listing. But you should understand as well, listings are great for long term, but they're more so an immediate short term price. And we do need that for Casper. But what's going to get Casper the longevity? If we're going to just theorize it, Binance listing Casper sends Casper from 10 cents to 25 cents. And if that's all we had, Casper will probably peak at 35 cents this cycle. If we get 10 BPS, which we're getting, smart contracts, which we're getting, stablecoins, which we're getting, and Dagnite, which we're likely getting, that gives Casper the potential to go even further beyond that in this cycle, because they are building blocks for adoption, which is coming through quicker, again, thanks to these other institutions, the IGRA Labs, the KII, these summits that we are now attending more frequently from the ambassadors. Great news, fantastic news. And even now, from what I covered in this stream, I feel like I'm just barely skipping the surface of what actually is coming to Casper. I've made videos on it already. Last two videos I made, ultimately highlighting some big things coming through. You know, obviously the titles here do talk about 10 BPS, but there's still a lot more coming. I highlighted in this video, which I think is actually one of the biggest ones I've ever made to date, about this potentially being the last bull run for Casper. Why? Because institutional sentiment does believe that we're going to see a lot more happen in cycle, and also if they're making a reserve for Bitcoin and crypto, it would not be financially wise for them to invest in an asset that's going to correct 70% at the end of the cycle. It's dangerous. Gold doesn't do that. Gold is a reserve asset. So by that logic, potentially Bitcoin and therefore crypto does not correct as heavily as usual, which therefore may mean this could potentially be the last cycle. And therefore, the people who are waiting for Casper next cycle, when apparently it's going to do better next cycle, which I think it'll do great next cycle as well as this cycle. But people who are waiting next cycle, potentially they miss out. Potentially. And again, this is my speculation, but my speculation I can highlight and show sources for on streaming, and even more information about that which supports my belief is provided to people who are part of the community here. And also a lot more, again, trades, really live streams. We're also going to be starting to search for hidden gems as well. I'm going to make a video at some point soon on one of them on this channel, because I think it's worth talking about. It's not really a hidden gem, but it's Hedera H-Bar. That one's a very key player in tokenization, and I think it's going to be a very massive market. We're going to find a lot more, though, AI. So again, we want to find out more about this sort of stuff, trying to get ahead of the game, trying to keep up with the institutions. If not surpass them, then come join the links in the description chat, also my homepage as well. But we are still got ample of time right now. The market is just not priced in. That's all it is. I'm not remotely worried about Casper right now. I have no reason to be. The price can come down further. Fantastic. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy. Because I want to. Because I love Casper. And maxi mentality or not, I have researched more than I'm happy to admit so much in crypto. Borderline, my whole personality is around crypto nowadays. People get sick of me in real life, my mates, because I talk about crypto too much. But it's what I believe in. I want to make money, and I see the projects in this space. I see projects that I think are going to do very, very well based on their adoption, based on their early adoption and utility. Like XRP, I think will do very well this cycle because it's got early adoption with institutions. But then I see the future, which is Casper for me. A layer one that's shaking up this space. Would you sell Casper at 2 cents or 2.5 and buy low again? So that's 20 cents. Would you sell Casper at 20 cents or 25 cents and buy low again? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. It depends on how high I think Casper's going to go this cycle. I don't plan to sell Casper at that sort of level, personally. Massive descending wedge on the weekly, very, very strong support and resistance. Check it out. Until we break out of that range, we're going to 5 cents. I mean, TA aside, like, again, TA is definitely important and can definitely help devise the trajectory of a market, of a currency, of a project. So TA is important, but those who've been following for a while, they understand that my sentiment and my belief is I use TA purely to help me devise my zones. I understand the RSI, I understand some of the market elements. I'm not too in-depth and well-versed with TA in the sense of I can see, oh yeah, you know, cup and handle, head and shoulders, you know, like, I can see that. I understand what they mean. I understand the whole descending supported wedge as well, which would be something like this, I imagine. So I can see, yes, it does look like it's coming down quite aggressively as well. So in that regard, then, we should be seeing Casper, you know, TA aside saying, oh, we should see Casper continue to come down going into April as well. Likely down to 5 cents, which are down here. They meet around 5 cents down here. So TA could suggest that, but I also understand that for me, which again is what C highlighted in our executive roundtable, I'm not going to be leaking too much, of course, because those are people who pay for the community who want to learn a lot more. But right now, TA is important, but right now, what is actually much more important with how the market is a fundamental element. We're now in a fundamental market. That's what's going to make projects survive. Casper could go to 5 cents, I don't disagree. But the fundamentals of Casper, I think, are so strong right now. And again, we can see the buyers are still very much there. When you see this massive wick below, that just means that Casper came down heavily, but the buyers came back and fought back. The buyers are still here for Casper. They're trying to keep Casper in regard to the support level here around 7 cents, above the 7 cents zone, just about. We could have done further. We definitely could. But again, as a hard, I don't really care personally. It's not, again, a dig at anyone. I just don't care about the price. Because the price is terrible. If I focus on the price, I'm going to end up getting negative about Casper. But why should I be? I've seen what they're building. I've seen what's coming out. I see the adoption coming out as well. I see the FUD. The ignorance of other people. And all I can do, as Casper community tends to do, is either correct them or ignore them. I don't get emotional about it. Why should I? People tell me that Casper's going to 5 cents. People say, oh, why you talk about Casper's a terrible project? I don't buy to it. Why would I buy it? It's what I believe in. You know, you've got to have thick skin in this space. You've got to understand what you hold. Casper, for me, is a very strong investment, my personal belief. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you should be doing your own research and dividing your own trading strategies to what you want, to what you believe in. This stream here, the free Discord server that I have here as well, and even more so in the paid community, which again you can join for free for a week, 7-day free trial. They provide a lot more insight to a community of people who are trying to learn a lot more about the space, about crypto and Casper, to help you build a thicker skin. I wish I had the fund to buy 30k more right now. Hey, if I could sell my house and put it all on Casper right now for the next 5-6 months, I would, in a heartbeat. Only Binance listing will help Casper automatically and people will research Casper and find out about hold. I agree. That's the problem for the community right now, because we have been suppressed for so long. As I highlighted, the big catalyst of the Binance, of the 10 BPS, the smart contract stablecoins, they're fantastic. Will they cause Casper to do this? Not necessarily, because those are foundation building blocks. They're fantastic and will bring more adoption to Casper, more developers, more builders, more institutions to Casper. But they're building blocks. They take time for adoption. Could come through quicker again thanks to all the plays Casper's doing. KRI, IGRA Labs, other smart contract developments, and also conferences like this, and then winning events at Crypto Expo EU. That sort of will help. But they won't necessarily call it. This is likely to be a result of an institutional listing, a Binance or a Coinbase. And people are so, again, my belief in the so hell-bent focus on the price, which I again believe is a poisonous mindset to be so hell-bent focused on the price. They only care about listings now. That's people are like, oh, the amount of times I've seen 10 BPS, you know, testnet is a massive milestone, and people are like, why is it not pumped today? Why should it? It's only a testnet for one, and it's a building block. It's a foundation thing. It's not going to cause a price pump. Listings would, and that's why everyone wants a listing, and I think we'll get one. But it's a shame to see that the community right now is just so hell-bent on price. I don't think it's... But people who are in this space, who are holding Casper, people who have done their research in it because they believe it's the future of money. The same way people deem stablecoins the future of money, they believe Casper is also the future of money. And you want to invest in that future. whether it be for a few years or a few, decades, however long you can hold. In May, Fed will cut rates and we pump maybe before May. Again, speculation says we might see it. That's what community sentiment says we could see before May or in May. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing's confirmed right now. What's up, good to go to? Hope you did very, very well. I know there's a hell of a lot of questions, so I'll get through them real quickly as well right now. There's a hell of a lot of questions. Holy. So, has the mining rewards been distributed? Good question. I actually don't have any clue right now, personally. I did see Casper Guru made a post talking about it, where apparently Binance were distributing it out to the miners and it takes 2 to 3 days to process it. I'm going to try and find it real quick. I'm not sure it's been sent out just yet. If not, that will be very frustrating. It could also potentially be deemed as a silver lining and a good thing. The reason why I say it is because if they still have not distributed out the rewards to the miners, then that is potentially a sign. So here it is, yeah. Apparently this happened on the 6th, which is 2 days ago now. Binance begins distributing mining promotion, Casper rewards, takes a few days to process. So we should be seeing it. We haven't seen it just yet. To my knowledge, I have not heard anything about it. So if it does happen, great, fine, it's done. If it doesn't, which is going to be a massive piss take, because it has been over a month now. The only reason why I could say that is somewhat reassuring, to try and look on the bright side, because that does reignite the belief from the community that is, you can't have a listing without a funding wallet, or funding wallet without a listing. So it means that when the Binance, if this is the case, then Binance do actually distribute the rewards up to the miners, that will result in a listing. So that could also be our early warning sign, if you will. But I have to wait and see right now. Again, but we're still at the mercy of Binance and other exchanges right now. When Casper will have smart contract is a fixed date. No, it's not a fixed date right now. It's a very, very loose date, which is because, again, what they're doing is, it's developing. We're not developers. I'm not a developer, me personally. And I can't even begin to believe how difficult it is to achieve what they're trying to achieve. Smart contracts, 10 BPS, all these sort of groundbreaking milestones, historical things that have never been done in crypto before. That's the thing. People are saying that developers taking a very, very long time. They are making history. They're making history. They're doing something that's never, ever, ever been done in crypto, in the history of crypto, ever before, ever. They're making history. That doesn't happen overnight. It takes ages. It takes years. Casper's decades-old technology and a 3-year-old project, almost 4 now. It takes years to do this. They've been doing Rust for over a year now. I think approaching a year and a half, maybe. It takes a very long time. Smart contracts right now has always been a goal of Casper. Dagnite is a great thing coming out as a result of that. The reason why Casper is on GhostDAG and not the Spectre protocol, which some people actually thinks his birth child, is because GhostDAG can support smart contracts, whereas Spectre can't. Spectre is more scalable, but it can't support smart contracts. Dagnite have blended both of those. Smart contracts, therefore, they have given a timeline of summer. You've heard Igra Labs seemingly and Casper EVM seemingly hint at potentially it being late Q2, early Q3, which would be July, August time. It could be September time. But it should be summer, which puts us in between June, July, August, September. Those 4-month periods when we should have the likelihood confirmation date of smart contracts. But again, understand what they're trying to do is so difficult. I say understand like you can understand. It's not me even coming at you. I don't understand. I don't understand the significance of what I understand the significance of what they're doing, but I can't understand the struggle in what they're trying to achieve and how many setbacks they're probably having. It's not easy. I remember trying to learn code when I was growing up. I dropped that so quick because it's not easy at all. So they're trying to do something. There could be setbacks, but it doesn't bother me either way because I see the vision. And I know what we're going to build is going to be groundbreaking. Casper will go to 1 cent and 50x. Again, I personally think the 1 cent Casper is a bit too much of a stretch. That's my own personal belief. And again, that's the whole massive tangent I've been going on throughout this whole stream, talking about the price and stuff like that. Nobody knows truly where the price is going to go from here. People speculate it'll be 1 cent, 5 cents. It won't go down any further. It could be 3 cents. It might completely collapse. People are speculating all over the place. I can give my own sentiment on it as well. The difference is when I talk about the price of Casper, and it's not me even coming at any of you in the comments, fudders or supporters or believers anyways. The difference is I'm a YouTuber, content creator who's talking with facts on screen. You're just in the comment section. So it's quite unfair because you may have sources to support your beliefs, but you can't showcase it in here. I say Casper could come down to 5 cents, but I think Casper could do very, very well this cycle because all the adoption coming through, and I can show sources of that to support my belief. Smart contract coming through, KRI doing their thing with the SEC and other institutions as well to spread Casper adoption. These summits we're going to, winning awards, that's good for adoption. Casper could go down further. I think 1 cent is too much. I think we're more likely to see a sort of similarity to Ethereum, not repeating it, but a similarity. Where you see it come down, maybe a little bit down to 5 cents. 5 cents would put it about 74%, which is similar to Ethereum, and then we see a potential reversal in price. And, you know, following the event catalyst, following the high volume for Casper, which right now is down, you'll see tier 1s in a better market, like Binance list Casper. How can Casper go up now? It took a year from 5 to 20 cents. Because it's the bear market to the bull market. Look at Solana, just to, again, it's whenever confusion hits the market, or whenever confusion, you know, just floods your mind, and it's not even me trying to, again, I'm not trying to address anyone in a negative line, I'm trying to remain respectful, I'm just trying to educate. Look at other projects, and I'm not trying to compare Casper to other projects, but the statement you make about how can Casper go up now, it took a year from 5 to 20 cents, look at another project, not to compare the two, but to look at what community sentiment can cause for a project when the time is right. Solana peaked in April at around 11 billion, then came down to about 7.6 billion, about 3-4 months, and then rallied up higher. The one that I heard people compare about more so, which I highlighted recently as well, was AVAX, Avalanche. Look at Avalanche here. Avalanche came up here in April, came down till July, August time, to 2.3 bill market cap, and then from August, September, October, November, 3 months, it jumped from 2 bill to 25, a 10, 15, 12x. And that's in 3 months. Point being is, projects in the space can drastically shift and rally up in price very, very quickly. And we've got institutions being here. You've got KRI helping Casper get the institutional adoption as well. They're going to be launching projects like Gigawatt, like Warp Core, like Asset Mint, like Olive Chain, like ZETEX, Zero Emission Trading Exchange, all coming out this year, or at least likely this year, because we had confirmation already that a lot of the projects that KRI are building are already ready. They're just waiting for smart contracts on Casper. So how can it happen? Because the market wants it to happen. Because projects can jump very drastically, very aggressively, very volatile in a very short span of time. I would not be surprised for me, I would not be surprised if we see Casper continue this bearish pattern, either just chopping sideways or even coming down to 5 cents over the next month or two. You see Timibius comes out, you see smart contracts starting to come out very, very soon, you see stablecoins starting to come out very, very soon. And then going into May time, July, June time, when you start seeing these macro factors come back and Bitcoin start to rally again. Again, this is a potential outlook. You then see Casper do a massive, from 5 cents to 50 cents, a 10x in, a 2-3 week period. We have seen that possible before. And then it starts going up more so as well. It's a potential outlook. The whole premise is you can see how quickly projects can rally in this space. Nothing's guaranteed. And we've got institutional adoption being here, so that's likely to bring even more capital into the space right now. We're just seeing them manipulate the market and sending it down to shake you out of your bags. I feel like there is another more sinister reason they have taken so long to list on both Binance and Coinbase. Think about it, they are both reliant on their chain for income too. They know that Casper will destroy them as soon as it's listed. I mean, yeah, it's not a bad conspiracy or thesis or theory. Better choice word, theory. Not a bad theory. Ultimately, they will list Casper. Sinister reason or not, actual reason behind it or not, they will list Casper because it's going to be in their interest to make money. They are a business before they are an exchange. They are business first. The whole purpose of a business is to make money. If Casper is in a position right now where it's going to explode, and there will be insider trading, they will know, they'll list. And they'll catch that massive run up. Coinbase is typically laced, but they'll do it. 10bps, KRI, KEF, Sparkle, IGRA, Cas Movie. Unfortunately, Cas Movie has been delayed and discontinued, unfortunately. Tier 1 listings. We'll pump Casper straight to $10 this year. Would never sell this gem, holding forever, and I will buy more Casper with every salary. I mean, I agree, Casper will do very, very well. I'm not going to touch on the price, and also Cas Movie has been discontinued, been confirmed already. The information that is already in my community, go check that out, but I reposted it already, I believe, that they did announce the discontinuation of the documentary, unfortunately. I'm sure it will come back, when the market's better right now. But it did announce, look here. So we're not project update. After careful consideration, we made a difficult decision to discontinue beyond the blockchain documentary. Unfortunately, it sucks. But the market's not good for it. They didn't get the funding necessary. And Casper's a fair launch project. They don't get funding, they can't do it properly. So it's what it is. $6 per vote, clever way to get through Casper. Also true. Doesn't matter what's happening, just be patient for Coinbase listing, if nothing else. Again, very true, Red Pool. I mean, yeah, Casper is 70% at the pool, but the other three cryptos are just pure rubbish. I mean, yeah, again, true. As I highlighted, well, again, my personal belief, again, I do agree with that. You look at Litecoin, USDT. Litecoin right now, from all-time highs, is down about 70%. I'm not going through every single one, but Litecoin's there, 75%. You do the same thing with Cardano. Do the same thing with Chainlink. All these projects are down 70%, 60%. Even Tau, which again, I highlighted how, I've touched on constantly how big AI is going to be, and I've highlighted in more detail to the executive part of this community here. Tau is one that's also down about 60, 70%, and no one's negative about Tau at all. No one says anything bad about Tau, because they understand AI is just going to be massive. It is because we're in the Casper community right now, and everyone thinks right now it is popular to FUD Casper. That's what it is. People who either have sold already or they just don't believe in Casper, they FUD Casper because that's what they think it's well to do. Every rubbish coin is listed on Binance. Sick of hearing over and over again about possible listing which year. Again, Wealth Ranger, with respect to the man, he's constantly he's in streams quite repeatedly, very, very upset, and doesn't like the price of Casper, which I get it, I do. Rubbish coins are only listed on Binance because they pay the way to get on the listings. That's the simple answer for that. Like, Casper's not on Binance for reasons unknown to us. We don't know why. We know they're not paying for a listing. The thing to keep in mind, this is a speculation, but this is for me quite a logical thought process regarding the Binance listing. If you are your XRPs, for example, and you say to Binance, oh yeah, Binance, here's 100 XRP or 100,000 XRP, list our project. They're like, oh sweet, free money, thank you. They list it. They don't care if XRP plummets down because they've made money anyway. If it goes up, they made even more money. Fantastic. If you're listing a fair launch project like Casper, and you're not being paid to list them either, you're taking a bigger risk in that regard. So if you want to list a project where you're going to make money, which is then you want to list it and it's going to go up. If you list it and it goes down, it's a bad investment decision. It's terrible, actually. You might as well lose your jobs. So the reason why you're rubbish about, you're tired of hearing it, I'm sure I'm tired of hearing it. That's why I said this news here, I'm numb to it. I am numb to it. I don't care. Well, I do care. I'll talk about it all the time. I always talk about Binance News because it's what gets clicks as well. You've got 100 people watching the stream right now because of this. I'm aware. I'm a content creator at heart. But at the same time, I understand that the reason why Binance is not listing, because they are seemingly all ready. It's been confirmed from Casper that they are ready. They're not doing it because they're not ready themselves in that, they're not ready. But the integration and, everything underlying seems to be ready. So waiting realistically just for the right time. Every rubbish coin gets listed because they can pay their way, and these exchanges don't have to care if the project goes up or down because they've made their money already. They just make more if it goes up. But if they list Casper and it goes down, they've lost money. So actually it's a bad investment decision from them to list the project. So they're going to do it when the time is beneficial for them to make more money. That's the reason why. Which year? This year. I've highlighted already the massive fundamentals coming out for Casper this year. That's going to drive a lot more FOMO. We're seeing the FOMO gradually soar more and more. We're seeing big accounts covering Casper a bit more now, like BSC News. It'll come out this year. It's popular to FUD Casper. I get it. Even content creators are starting to dip off as well now. I get it. Me? I was born in the darkness, as Bane would say. I don't care. I'm not my first cycle. It's nothing new to me seeing projects going down, seeing people complaining and crying. With respect. I'm not trying to come at anyone again. It's just the premise of how these people are. People are emotional by nature. Being a trader, being a successful trader is not easy. And I'm not saying by any means I am successful. I'm not bad. I have done quite well for myself, I say at the very least. But I've been able to do what I do because I've learned, I've researched, I've looked into more, I've understood what I hold, I understand the importance of what this space is going towards. I understand what catalysts will do what. I'm trying to draw into everyone's minds right here and now and repeatedly that 10 BPS, smart contract stablecoins are massive historical things for Casper. They won't guarantee a price pump because they are fundamental building blocks to bring more adoption. That will bring more demand to Casper. That will pump the price. That will snowball affect Casper's price. What will pump Casper's price immediately is a listing. Binance, Coinbase, OKX, Crypto.com, Gemini, Robinhood, so on and so forth. They will give an immediate catalyst to Casper's price. For better or for worse, that will be volatile for Casper. The 10 BPS, the smart contracts and the stablecoins, they will likely cause volatility for Casper on those days as a historical event, but I won't guarantee it jumps 2-3x in value. It's not how the markets work. It's not what a fundamental development does for a project. Saying that, it could very well happen. I'm not discrediting the possibility it does happen, but I'm highlighting the possibility that if it doesn't happen, don't just suddenly be like, oh, Casper's dead now. Because what they've done is historical. Now what they need is demand and adoption. Which again will come through quicker thanks to these KRI other people as well. So if you want to see price pumps, go to memes. Just start, stalking Binance's page to find out what rubbish coins they are listing and just buy up that coin before it's announced. Go to the insider circle to find out. If you want quick price pumps. Or equally, again, we have my trading community in here. We have a community in here where we have experienced traders in here as well who are providing trades as well, which so far have been good. They've been profitable. So if you want to find out again, potentially again, all your own decision, trading discretion, stuff like that. But you come to the community there as well where you can learn much more about individual research and insights of that and also trades as well. I've been able to make some profitable trades and the money I've been able to make from that, I do put back into Casper. Of course, right now I haven't got extra. I'm waiting for the next trade. I'm talking with chart flows. I'm trying to, he's constantly referring to me about, I'm just, because he's still in trial phase right now, but he's so far been good, so I'm going to probably give him his own, I'm going to, lengthen the rope around him, so let him a bit loose and let him do what he wants, but he's been good so far. Listen for Casper will come, which year? This year for me, personally. But again, if you like the project, that's perfectly fine, just, do as you need to do. If you want to sell. I'm not going to tell you what to do, that's up to you. Guys, we know new peeps need to step in. Leo, best for the brokers. Casper Moon, we know. I mean, Casper will come to the moon in due time. I do believe that much as well. Be real, market structure destroyed. It's a death spiral. That's no. Again, I'm being real. Incorrect. In my belief, incorrect. Was Ethereum a death spiral when that happened 70%? Ethereum did the exact same thing as Casper. Look at the similarities between Ethereum and Casper. Ethereum here. Hedgehog sort of pattern coming down, boom. Look at Casper. Hedgehog form a pattern coming down, chances are it'll probably boom as well. There is nothing confirmed at all. There's also nothing confirmed that Casper's going to go up as well. But right now, fundamentals and sentiment for me supports more so an upwards movement than a downwards movement. The problem is right now, because Casper's down, the FUD's louder. When the price is going up again, the FUD will be negligent again. Or Casper could only reach 50 cents. It'll be something like that. Casper's, the market structure is not destroyed at all. Not at all. It's the trajectory of the project right now. All projects have gone through this period. Do research into other projects and look into it. I encourage you to do that. Look into Sui when it first launched. Sui, when it first launched, came down 70%. And this is kind of on Donald Trump's radar now. That came down 70%. Sui right now is down 52%. No one's talking about Sui being down to 52%, are they? It's not much as Casper, that's still a lot. We're not talking about that. Market structures right now are struggling, but here's all the small... This is some of the catalysts, and again, a lot more. I showed it in previous streams, and equally a lot more in here as well. Which is this one here is the big one as well, the institutional insight. That showcases right now that the market is by design. The market structure is destroyed right now, quote unquote, but it's by design by institutions. But they want to come back. They want to make money. This cycle. So it's going to come back. That's again my belief based on information and research, but it's not financial advice, of course. You want to learn more about it, do your own research, go away to your discussion, and also learn more. Come join the community here. Talk about a lot more here as well. Links to join again in the description, check out my homepage as well, when I can actually copy and paste this thing in. This has been a very, very lengthy stream, longer than I actually thought it would be. So I'm going to start to see the important questions before I end up wrapping up today, because I'm not even eating right now, and it's already 9:30. I don't care when Binance Kaspa lists Casper. I'd rather wait for favorable market conditions, including quantitative easing, possibly from June. Again, I agree. Listen to whatever. A global recession will cancel any bull run. That's also very true. The only thing that will stop this bull run, that's my personal belief, the only thing that will stop this bull run is a recession. The market structure is right now struggling, but it's not destroyed. Was the last cycle market structure destroyed as well? Look at the last cycle. Bitcoin came down 56%. In my personal belief right now, all we're seeing right now is this happen 3 months earlier here. This is in January. This happened in April. Now, will it come back down as far as 56%? Who knows? If we do, we're looking at about 50k Bitcoin. I don't think it'll come out that far personally. We'll have to wait and see. Depends on market sentiment, depends on macro factors. But this market structure wasn't dead here. When you look at it now at the time when it was happening, everyone definitely was like, oh, market structure is dead. I'm sure. The FUD was massive and loud there, because this is what was happening at the time. Everyone was living in the short term. No one cared to think about the long term. This is all happening right now with Bitcoin, and Casper is no different. The short term right now is this. The long term is this. And the longer term, for me, is that. Obviously not going to be just a straight line. Again, it'll be up and downs. That's how markets go. That's what I see with Casper personally. The only thing that cancels this bull run is a recession. I agree with that much. I mean, potentially. Doesn't mean it's going to be the end of the cycle, though. Not necessarily. I don't think anyone has a clue when it comes to price action regarding Casper. No one does. That's also what I'm trying to get at right now. Everyone's saying Casper going to 1 cent, Casper going to 5 cents. I'm saying Casper. I mean, that's also why I said I'm refraining now from talking about my PA for Casper, because price action is such a toxic mindset. It's a disease. It's just so hell bent on the price of a token. It's venomous, because then you ignore all the good things and that will actually benefit the price going forward. These fundamentals are huge for Casper, but because they don't affect Casper's immediate price action, they are being ignored. That's the problem. This is huge. Stablecoin confirmation, 10 BPS on the testnet, and winning an award in 1 week is massive. That didn't pump Casper's price, so people think it's irrelevant. It's crazy to me. Nobody has a clue about the price, because we are not the market makers. We do not control the markets. We are the fish swimming along with the whales. So you're welcome to speculate in the comments wherever you are about the price is going to go down. It's going to go up. It's not going to make the cycle. It's going to do fantastic. The cycle. It's going to be $10. It's going to be $20. It's going to be die. Like, you can say what you want. End of the day, you're free speech. At the end of the day, the only thing I would suggest, not recommend, not advise, suggest, is if you're going to state something, have facts to support your belief, because it becomes more credible in what you're trying to say. You're just trying to say it because you don't like it and you're upset. There's no credibility in that. It's going to be just taken as, noise, and people are going to ignore you. Provide facts in your supports, to support your beliefs. That's what I do in my streams. Whenever I talk about Casper, I try to, even when I'm stating things I already know, like I've stated things about, I was trying to think of an example now. About Dagnite. I meant someone asked what Dagnite is about, and I said, Dagnite is basically the perfect blend of Spectre and Ghost Dag. And in fact, I'll show you right now. I said that right now, but the problem is, without fact, that's a trust people statement. You don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. You have no clue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly find the white paper, which I retweeted and made a post about sometime, which showcases the fact that this is what's already stated. Where was it though? Might have to go through my oh, here it is. So, why is Casper Dagnite so exciting? This is one of the most revolutionary things incoming for Casper. In short, Dagnite is the perfect blend of Ghost Dag and Spectre protocols, allowing the ability to scale and be responsive to network latencies, which also removing the security constraints on throughput and suitable for smart contracts. Look at the article here. What makes Dagnite so exciting? Ultimately, he's talking about the fact that Ghost Dag in itself is not like any other proof of work. It is already removed security constraints on throughput, which is very, very big. However, Ghost Dag has an issue, which is that it's still limited in the sense of that it's non-responsive to network latency. So it can't scale enough, in the long term at least. It's constrained, non-responsive to network latency. Spectre fixes that issue, but it's not suitable for smart contracts. So Dagnite is the perfect blend of both of them. So, what I do here on this, again, I have the benefit of being on a video, so you can, I can showcase real time, as opposed to you just typing in the chat, and you can't even link sources in the chat right now because YouTube doesn't let you. But the point is, when I state my beliefs on where Casper's going to go, I try to support it with information as opposed to me just saying it, because that's what I want. I don't want to do a trust people. It's not fair. I think information and knowledge is such a crucial, I think the only thing more powerful than energy, proof of work, energy is the most valuable resource in the world. The only thing more valuable than energy is knowledge. The only thing more valuable than energy in the world as a resource is knowledge. And that's precisely what I try to preach in these streams daily, and even more so to this community here as well. We provide even more in-depth insight on institutional knowledge, what the big money is trying to actually do. So yeah, no one has to agree about pricing. I completely agree with you there, Cherv. I do. There has never been another coin like Casper, and there is no competition. We've seen competition. It died. Pyron died. We've seen more competition. They've not been able to test to Casper just yet. Adoption is the key to price pumps. Completely right. And Casper is getting that adoption coming through thicker and faster thanks to these form of developments. Which again, because everyone's so helping on price, they're ignoring the significance of what this can mean for Casper. They're ignoring KRI confirming meeting with SEC. They're ignoring what smart contract is for Casper. Granted, it's not even on Casper just yet, but they're ignoring it because all they care about is the price. And it's a venomous mindset. Go for a walk. Have a bath. Have a shower. Go to the sauna. Hug your girlfriend or boyfriend. Or your pet. Actually, pets are the best one. Yeah, hug your pets if you have one. If not, go buy one. Actually, no, buy more Casper. I'm kidding. Point being is, it's just so focused on price right now. It's going to make you depressed. Chill, chat, don't be emotional, be logical. Learn more. Knowledge is power, the biggest, most invaluable resource in the space. Which Binance Kaspa are you referring to? This is an account that tends to be correlated to Binance. BSC Gems Alert, made 3 about Casper here. One here. One here. One here. Which you can see, Casper's not even close by a landslide, but a more important one for me is this one here from actual Binance, not just the Binance, tribute account here, which talks about them enhancing their listing mechanism to basically do a vote to list or delist, and that could therefore give Casper community an actual way to list, to get Casper on Binance quicker. And also tomorrow is Sunday. On Monday we'll likely be seeing this wallet again, like clockwork, buying more Casper. Again, potentially made Binance's wallet as well. The drop in the big wallet distribution is actually a good sign. Distribution's getting better. I mean, true, yeah. True. Note, FOMO runs usually end of the blow off top, followed by a long flat line. Casper didn't do that incredibly strong. I mean, again, Casper is just unique about anything in regard. Stay where you are. Casper dry powder for another 200 more. Casper will. And I have 1 minute. Oh, so okay. I see what you mean, Ben. I mean, if Casper stays here a little bit longer, then you have to dry powder to get another 200k Casper. That would be absolutely huge. So yeah, I hope it does as well. I don't understand a word he's saying. I mean, I apologise, my man. I try to go a bit slower today, but I do understand that sometimes I speed up a little bit. Unless you're talking about the post update. Talking about the post update, he's just trying to say, if Casper stays with us off a little bit longer right now, which he's hoping it does, and I do as well, he'll have enough, dry powder to then buy another 200k more Casper, and he'll have 1 million Casper, which would be huge. So this is how it should be. Only the ones who do their research are still holding Casper and not retail that got in because of some nice pricing. I mean, yeah, this pump for Casper was so amazing that people got in here without knowing what Casper is. I mean, I bought down here. I saw Casper down here, and I didn't get in because I didn't know what it was. And I thought, the next Bitcoin, I've heard that label before. I'm going to ignore it. And then I saw it start to rally up from here. I was like, oh, okay. Why is it getting so much traction? And I looked into it. I was like, okay, I'll put a bit of money into it just in case. It went up. Right now, just for full disclosure, my average is down quite a lot. So even though I bought down here, I bought a small bag in here. Now my bag's bigger, but my average is definitely down from what's at right now. I haven't looked. My average is a lot higher than it is right now. But I started doing a lot more in-depth into Casper around when it peaked to 15. I was like, hey, now I need to look into it properly. It's done why it's done such a big pump? And then I learned what Casper actually is in true force. And then I started telling people about what Casper is as well, because I believed in it. Yeah, leave a like as always. Yeah, currently got 63 likes, absolutely insane. Mr. Moss not even here right now. If Mr. Moss was here, he'd be dancing all over the place. He would have so much. He'd have a feast tonight. Yeah, if you enjoy these streams, as always, leave a like. Share with your friends for more. Yeah, I'm here on every single day, red and green. I've streamed every single day since August 1st. The only days I've not streamed was when I had some family crisis, which luckily right now we are out of the water, which is good to see. I pray it stays that way. Life is too short. But otherwise, then I'm here every day regardless. I've even been here through some tough times myself. But I understand right now that, everyone has their own thing to go through right now. And equally, people are very hell-bent on focusing on crypto. That's what we're here for. If I don't stream, that in itself can be deemed as quite bad. I always try and make announcements in my community as well about when I'm going streaming, or at what time I'm streaming, if it's not going to be the usual time, which is around now. Superior tech does not determine a successful coin. Good PR is everything. Fart coin. Sure. I mean, I don't even have a response to that. Sure. Whatever. Like, I don't have a response to that because I don't exactly know what the point you're trying to make is. It's a meme coin that also paid its way onto an exchange. A meme coin is not Casper. Superior tech does not determine a successful coin. Bitcoin is superior tech to actual fiat money. And look where we're at right now. Bitcoin's getting adopted by governments. So, again, if you don't like Casper wealth that's perfectly fine. You don't have to hold Casper. No one's forcing you to. You haven't got a gun to your head. And same thing to anyone else as well. You don't like Casper, again, by all means, do as you will. Like, do what's best for you. If it's too emotionally taxing for you to hold Casper right now, sell. End of the day, I'm not an advisor. I don't care what you do. You do what's best for you. This stream, these streams, the community, the paid and free one. Well, the free one more so. The paid one's actually trying to help build more knowledge, or build more understanding and actually look for better plays as well. But everything that I do here is just about trying to educate and provide some form of understanding and understand that, if you're looking for quick gains, there's leverage trading and there's meme coins. If your whole thesis on what is a good project, a good coin, is quick price pumps, then I personally think you need to relook what your strategy is investing. This Casper is not as a tradable. Well, I don't deem Casper as a tradable currency. It can be traded, of course, but I don't trade Casper. I invest Casper. I trade other currencies in this space. I trade other assets in this space. Superior tech does not always determine successful coins. Fiatcoin's not successful. It's a meme project that made very big gains. It made people money. The term of successful coin or successfulness is in this context being determined as the investors who invested into Filecoin early made a lot of money and they made a big price pump. That's what your deeming success is. For me, success can be that, but in this system, success is determined by what they are building. Filecoin did not build something that has necessarily got a long longevity in the future. It isn't a right narrative though, because it's AI. It's a meme, but it's AI, so it could do okay. But would you say that Dogecoin is more superior in regards to what they're building than Casper, proof of work meme coin? No, Dogecoin's where it's at because Elon Musk shields the hell out of it. And it's also been around a lot longer. Casper's been around nowhere near as long. In regards to Filecoin, it's been around longer than that. But again, it's a slow burn project because they're building for the future. Filecoin is a meme. It's an AI meme. It's not the comparison to be making at all. Oh, Mr. Mars is back. Well, there you go. I didn't see in the comments. Welcome back, my man. You're doing very, very well. Show more TA. Yeah, I do a little bit. To be fair, that is probably the best TA I've done in my life. See quite clearly right now. The pattern right now looks like it's going to be coming down. So we'll have to see where it goes from here. In fact, change the channel name to TA with J. Hell no. Hell no. Hey, no, I do not do that. Distribution ends at 0.01 cents. Again, people think it's going to go down. That's perfectly fine, sure. Not everyone is a trader, but I do think they're smart contracts for everyone to learn a bit about TA, so you don't end up buying a massive pump, or rather you support level. I mean, fundamentally speaking, yeah. You don't. Not everyone here is a trader. I'm not necessarily a trader. I do trade, and again, I have a community here who's learning more about trading here, thanks to our experienced traders and people we have in this community as well. We do have elements of trading in there. I'm learning more about it myself. I've learned quite a lot about it actually, but I understand when I do the video that TA is important. That's why I never said I don't particularly love TA, but I don't use TA to determine where the project's going to go. If you use TA to determine that Bitcoin's going to come down to 78k here, you would have lost. Because at this TA element here, this suggested that Bitcoin's going to come down to this level here and rebound up here. That's what TA suggested. It's held at the support level constantly. But it came down and then it blew down here. You got liquidated massively. TA can only do so much. So again, we're teaching about more of my community and the executive community there. TA is fantastic, but I use TA religiously to help me devise these zones. To know where the levels of support are and resistance are. So I know what zones Casper's going to be trading or crypto going to be trading in. I don't use TA to say, oh, Casper's definitely going to be going down here. This is a potential. Falling wedged, yeah, it looks bearish. But if Casper was to get a listing for tomorrow of Binance, then that would cause that, and it goes through it. Fundamentals is more important than TA for a project trajectory. At least in the long term. Or even in the short term, depending on what the announcement is. TA can only do so much. That's why I said looking at price is so toxic. If you only look at TA and price, chances are, again, a lot of people I know are also very successful because they only look at TA. TA is still great, but the most successful traders that I know a bit of fundamental news as well that helps determine their trades and their sizing in and whatnot, their entry levels. How many more comments have I missed? Because I am well over time right now, and I'm going to have to let Mr. Miles win again and probably cut it short. My friend told me that he has 500k Casper, his goal is 1 million. He's hoping to be range. He's hoping that we're in the range for a lot long. I mean, a lot of people right now who have research into Casper, they want us to be in this zone for a lot longer. Because they do think Casper will do very, very well, and they want to be able to get to a higher level of capital, higher level of holding, a higher, bracket. From going from either octopus to fish to dolphin, or dolphin to shark, or even shark to whale. I hope your friend makes it, Reggie. I really do. I hope we all make it. Pepe custody is the best. I mean, Pepe is not bad. Right now, the community right now is, with respect, not worth talking about because the market is just dead. I've stated that the good ones will come back. Pepe could be in that bracket. If you go to page 2 here, you can see everything below Backer right now is kind of just dead. So Pepe right now, thankfully, is still here. Only got 3k volume. But a lot of these projects right now are seemingly dead. So when Casper comes back up, we'll see how many more survive. That's the great Wolf of Wall Street once said, "I'm not leaving." Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I love that scene. Wolf of Wall Street holds a very special place in my heart as well. I love that film. There's a dilemma. Also true. I think around 5 cents level would buy a ton, and would happen would be very difficult to go to 1. I mean, yeah, again, 1 cent Casper is such a low level. That happened on, was it CX exchange? I forgot the name of the exchange. XC or something like that. It happened on that exchange. It came down massively. So much that they actually got liquidated completely because someone bought it up at that low level when it crashed down here, and they lost it all. They had to delist leverage trade for Casper. 1 cent Casper is extortionately low. It's down here. 1 cent Casper is here. Is that a level of support for Casper? Yes. Simply down here. That's not. What is that one? Where is it? Yeah, that's 1 cent. That's a level of support. We can see this scrolling closer. That has to be a support level for Casper. 1 cent for me is just too low. It could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but sources suggest market fundamentals, Casper fundamentals suggest that 1 cent is just too much of a correction. 95%. That would be a dead project by then. I don't see it going to 1 cent. I don't. 5 cents potential. Anything lower than that, again, anything's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I maybe I have a more optimistic mindset, I guess. Maybe Casper's fallen below even where Binance would like it for now, and they'll be forced to list it soon. I mean, if Casper's doing too bad, Binance just probably won't care. Again, because Binance aren't being paid to list Casper, they want to make sure they list Casper to make money. So the lower it goes down, what's coming out for Casper, which is huge and fundamentally very strong, that will likely cause more FOMO and demand for Casper, therefore price to start rallying, they might lift it around that point. Because that means they're going to be making good of their lifting of their investment. Bitcoin momentum as well, when Bitcoin starts rallying as well. Yeah, XRP also did very well. I mean, there are differences, but yeah, they did very well as well. How long will this bull market last in your opinion? Tough to say. Tough to say. I'm playing reactionary. I want to say Q4. But I'm playing reactionary. If it happens earlier, if it happens later, even in 2026, Q1, I'll be there. I'll be here. I want to say Q4. Information that I provided here shows a lot more insight on that and where they believe the cycle's going to go and what we're going to see this year. And again, years to follow. So you want to think more about that, again, link to join the description chat, also my homepage as well. KA has taken heat because it has not held a pump for 16k months and it had a run to 40 cents and then dropped 60%. It would not seem bad. 16 months. I mean, yeah, again, all projects go through their own, shortcomings. It's just what happens. Guys that face this bull run is over. I disagree. I completely disagree. Reasons why? Well, I disclose daily, but equally I provide more insight about that in my community there, which we are looking at institutional sentiment, not retail sentiment, which, with respect, retail sentiment doesn't mean anything. Not in this market. Last market, sure. This market, no. Institutions are driving this market. If they want this market to die, it will die. From what I've seen, from information I provide in here in more detail, they do not want it to die. They want it to come back stronger than ever. They want to make money. This bull run is not over. If you get a recession, yes. But chances are small in my belief. Making Maxi says, seems like most of this chat has been through a cycle before. I mean, yeah. Again, the premise of what I do, a lot of people are in crypto for the first time. I know I've got quite a lot of first-time investors. and crypto holders and Casper holders in my community, which is fair enough. I get it. That's also why I try to always remain positive and give you information, the good and the bad though, but also try to tell you, my thought process, not what's happening, my thought processes, and then help you devise where you want to go from there as well and what you want to do. This cycle is nothing new. It's a new cycle, but what's happening right now is nothing new to us. If you were here last cycle, you would have heard the noise, the same sort of thud. The market's dead. Here. You would have heard the same exact thing here. You would have heard it here as well. You saw a 30% correction in Bitcoin here. Every time there's a correction, people start complaining. Because it's what people do. I'm just trying to highlight to you that if you hear the thud and you hear the noise, understand why they're complaining. If they're complaining, it's coming to 30%. It's coming to 30% that the price is dead. If their complaint is all purely based on price, then you choose to listen or not. I don't listen about price. There are certain channels. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to bring any bad publicity to myself or them. But there are certain channels who cover Casper who only do TA. Some people who are very, very bearish on Casper. I personally, I do not listen to channels that are solely based on TA. TA is helpful, very helpful. But if you're basing an entire market, project, things in general, purely based on technical analysis and price, I don't get enough information out of you. I'm looking at wiggly lines on a screen. I need to understand what's devised that strategy. Besides just, market and, cute little patterns and, the upside down, I'm going to bent over pattern, I need to know what's happening, Fundamentals tells you what's happening in the market and what's going to be coming through. There's a reason why everyone looks at the PCE, CPI inflation data. All this sort of very important stuff is because that determines the market from institutions and from the government and the Fed, how the economy is looking. We've seen correction in the last cycle for Bitcoin, and people were being loud and flooding then. And look where we ended up. What's different for Casper now? It's an altcoin, sure. It's come through a heavy correction, sure. Look at all the other big caps right now. Again, Litecoin, Chainlink, Solana. Actually, not Solana right now. It's not okay, but most of the other big projects right now, they're also down, significantly priced. All Casper has done is gone from being comfortably the best performing coin, to, okay, now I'm going to start blending and camouflaging back into the market and acting like every other coin, biding my time. Right here. Now I start acting like every other coin here. And eventually, it's going to be like, oh, okay, I've now got my smart contract, I've got my development now, I've got my adoption. Oh, bye-bye everybody else. That's how I see it. All it's doing is acting like every other coin. But with that being said, I'm trying to see if any more questions right now. A very merry unbirthday to all of you. Crypto market is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, honestly. And I'm definitely the cat. The guy's high all the time. At least I am the cat because he's always happy. He's always happy. He just doesn't care. The cat just doesn't care. So any more questions real quick before I wrap up today's stream? What's up, Hugo, my man? Well, questions are doing very, very well. Good to have you back as well. Macro, but yeah, that's also true. Yeah, TA is important, but macro with some TA. A lot of channels that don't cover the macro. The successful traders who do TA, they also have macro part of it. Macros, for me, arguably, I have seen more people be successful in trading and investing from doing just macro than doing just TA. Macro determines the TA, from my belief at least. TA works well. Yeah, when you see no news coming out, and Bitcoin is just, pricing in around here, that's when TA is good. Because then okay, it's touched this zone here, it's going to go back up, it's going to go back down, it's going to go back up. Like that's when it's good. Otherwise, then it's fundamentals. When the market's trending and it's really volatile, that's when fundamentals matter. That's when macro matters more. Trump is killing all the markets, so much Trump is so it was foreseeable, truth be told. But I do agree it's frustrating. So many people are just very emotional. Those are the people who will pump my bags though, so we need them. Annoying as they are to listen to. I mean, with respect, yes, true. People are going to be emotional, they're going to complain, is what it is. End of the day, you know what you hold, and be happy about it. 76 likes, wow, Mr. Miles, you must be very happy. If you can somehow reach 100 likes, Mr. Miles, mate, I don't even know. I'll have to get the community to decide what I'm going to give you for a gift. Not Casper though, my Casper for me. If you do believe in a coin like Casper, it shouldn't be a problem if the price rises or falls even to 1 cent. I hope so. I doubt 1 cent, but I agree. There's always a need to be a right time to buy and right time to sell. I agree as well. Something that has been bothering me, can you think of any other project in crypto history that has had as many catalysts going through it? Like Casper does it in a year, performed so poorly? It's very unusual. Not on top of my head, no. Not on top of my head, no. But the difference is, again, this market is institutionally driven. Casper's got a lot of catalysts incoming for it, but the difference is other projects as well in this space had VC backing to help the price pump more so, and also they didn't have institutional adoption back then as well, in the same sense of, you know, where it is right now, where they're heavily manipulating Bitcoin and therefore the whole market. It's a different market. It's a weird thing, but the catalyst coming out for Casper, and also in such a seemingly short cycle and period of time it's going to be happening, personally lets me believe that it will just be, as Kathy was stated, the longer the base, the bigger the breakout. And it's going to be a very volatile breakout. Again, that's my personal belief. You know, I hold Casper not because I think it's going to do really, really well and pump this cycle. I hold it because I think it's going to do very well as an investment in general. But this cycle is going to be huge as well. But again, I'm not talking about price. I'm talking about what's coming for Casper and why it's so big. Wesley, can you explain why you think Casper will not go to 1 cent based on what reason? Because right now, Casper going to 1 cent means it's a 95% correction from all-time highs. That is borderline the project is dead. Very few projects come back from a 95% correction from all-time highs. That's a dead project. Developers have stopped building, you know. So 95% means that the project is like, investment's pretty much all gone, no one's developing. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's highly unlikely because Casper is still building, and it's building a lot. We have significant milestone developments coming up for Casper effectively every single month from now. 10 BPS will be coming out on the mainnet end of April, early May. We have the test nets for Casplex and also for Igra Labs coming out likely end of this month. Then you've got stablecoins, which also Casper's confirmed the ops coming out for it. Blacklist, Chown, all these other stuff as well, Burn. That'll be coming out in May, which is for stablecoins. And we've got them talking to USDT Tether. That's coming out in May, so that's 1 month afterwards. Then you've got smart contracts coming out in summer, which you've got June, July, August, September. So time around there as well. So, and then with all that happening by that point as well, then you've got the macro news from the crypto cycle, which information that I've got here suggests that we're going to see a lot more of a significant pump happening, you know, this cycle still, regardless. I do not discredit the possibility that it could come down to 5 cents, even to 1 cent. This, for me, is a possibility. Is it going to happen? No one knows. Nobody knows. Is this going to happen? Possible. Nobody knows. For me, 1 cent is highly unlikely because Casper is still building and building a lot. Building a lot. It's not stopped building. They haven't stopped at all. And they've got big developments coming out every single month that will continue to drive more adoption to Casper. Not necessarily price, but adoption. But again, that's my personal belief. It's based on what is being built and also the macro. If Bitcoin corrected down to 30k, then yes, sure, 1 cent Casper. But will Bitcoin correct down 70%? No, not the government adopting it. No, they would hate that for having such a volatile asset in their reserve. They would hate that. BlackRock would lose all of their money because BlackRock bought in around 30k. BlackRock's bottom was here, 40k. So, Bitcoin's not going to come down lower than BlackRock when they bought in. Ain't no way. That's my personal belief again. You haven't got to listen to me. I can just state my beliefs, and then you can use that as your placeholder if you were to then devise your own trading strategies and what you believe. But that being said, That's almost a 2-hour stream. I'm meant to wrap up a 1 hour. That is crazy. I'm so hungry. Okay, well, that being said, I'm going to wrap up today's daily Casper and crypto live stream. Very, very long stream today, so you're welcome, I guess. But I can't complain. We had consistently around 100 views, 90 viewers. So you guys are legends. I appreciate you all very, very much. FUD aside, whether you support or hate Casper, just keep learning more about the space. Knowledge is power. I believe personally that knowledge is much more important. I think energy is one of the most, if not the most important mineral in this, entire universe. But knowledge is arguably even more important. I'm not no Einstein. I don't know what Casper's building in the in-depth of what this code means. But I know and I believe in what they're building, and I see the sort of adoption that will come through of it, because I'm seeing what institutions are talking about as well. Again, if you want to know more about that, alongside the weekly live streams we'll be doing, which I'll be uploading, the recap, I also record these and post it back up in the community exclusively. We're roasting this back up again, end of the day. And also much more. If you want to know more about that, then come check out the executive community here. Links in the description, also my homepage as well. But that being said, thank you all once more for watching the daily Casper Crypto live stream. If you enjoyed, again, leave a like. Also, 100 likes would be absolutely insane. And yeah, much love, Adams. Much love, Mr. Mouse as well. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm not confirming nothing though. But have a great day,